Hey there, it's Jennifer again with Insight Training Solutions. So I was at a conference recently, and I love to go to conferences because I like to interact with practice managers and hear what they're doing to engage their employees so that they can move the needle on patient experience within their practice. So there's a lot of conversation from a hiring perspective of what can you do to attract the best talent, but to also keep the best talent. Sometimes, especially when you hire somebody, we hear about it all the time. I was talking to a practice manager last week. We hear about it all the time where you'll hire somebody and they'll come in for, their 9 a.m. start time or their 8:30 a.m. start time, and then after lunch, they just don't come back. So what is it at your practice that you might be able to offer these employees to make that first couple of months better than it might have been 10 years ago? And so what I'm referring to is, let's put together some small incentives. Maybe they aren't incentives that focus on PTO or 401ks or something like that, because you have policies in place and sometimes you can't accelerate the application of those policies. But what you can do are start thinking about things that you might be able to offer new hires when they reach kind of that 30, 60, 90-day benchmark at your practice. So one idea that I got from the recent conference that I attended out in San Diego was a practice that implemented a 90-day benchmark reward where they gave their employees a free oil change. At first I thought, free oil change? What does that have to do with running a medical practice? But it was really interesting because if you think about it, the employees that are coming in, chances are, that they're not the doctors that you're concerned about. These aren't your high value employees in terms of high cost employees. But what they are a lot of times are folks that are making, a couple dollars maybe above minimum wage. And when people aren't making a lot or they have to make their dollar stretch a little bit, maybe they're not taking care of their cars. And so if you think about it, when somebody doesn't take care of their vehicle, then maybe down the road they don't show up at work on time. And so what this practice did is they went down and negotiated with their local oil change provider down the street for a reduced rate. And then they put into place, when you, as an employee, when you made it 90 days, you got a free oil change. So this, one, offered an incentive to the employee, and two, it helped to improve the likelihood that the employee's car was not going to break down. Win-win. So what can you do back at your practice for your employees that are new, but you can offer them a little carrot that if they make it to that 90-day mark, that you're going to reward them somehow. So again, this is Jennifer with Insight Training Solutions. I hope you found this tip helpful, and if there's anything we can do to help engage your employees and improve patient experience at your practice, let us know. Thanks a bunch.